Alrighty, hello every folks, and good morning. Welcome to a bit of good news here. So a really solid SRPG from back in the PSP days is making its way to modern systems. So specifically PS4 and PS5. It's not making its way to the other stuff yet, as far as I'm aware of. Anyway, so the deal is that we've got Sony doing their premium service, so that's kind of where they collect together a bunch of old classics and such, and they present them in a more modern light. So you get your better emulation, your upscaling. They're actually pretty darn solid on their upscaling on their devices. As well as save states and things like that. So a lot of the stuff that you're probably used to with emulation, but a way smoother presentation of it. So to that end, we've got Jeanne making its way over to this premium service of theirs. So let's go ahead and discuss kind of the numbers there real quick. Because technically speaking, this game didn't really go away. So if you're looking for just a way to experience it, a way to kind of keep it on hand, please bear in mind that you actually could already get this on PS3 and PlayStation Vita, and you still can to this day for less than the cost of the monthly subscription of the premium service, which is kind of interesting. I was not expecting that, that it would still be on there, but sure enough. I don't know if that's going to change by the 18th, because they're maybe moving it over there, but I know, for example, I love playing the Twisted Metal and Warhawk games from back on PS1, and those made it to that service, and they're still available on the shop, so I would assume they're probably still going to keep them up there. But yeah, this is a really... unique kind of experience. It's a very interestingly juxtaposed game here. Actually, wait, shoot. I forgot the important number. Monthly premium service that this is on is going to be $18. So it seems to be specifically just the premium service that it's on. So yeah, just know that it is going to be the one of the pricier ones there. But yeah, this is a really unique experience. I don't know exactly what the kind of PS4 release is going to, or PS4 and PS5 release is going to feel like. It's obviously not out yet. This would be the PSP version right now. And yeah, it's a really interestingly juxtaposed game because it's a combination of the characters are all smiling and the presentation is very energetic. The tutorials are some of the most enthusiastic stuff I've ever seen, and I'm hoping we'll see some of them pop up here. It's got a ton of very happy energy and a weirdly dark setting. It's like, oh yeah, we're in this war. People are getting slaughtered. A moment ago, I ended up kind of restarting this whole thing because it was like, wow, this game's got so much energy as a guy ends himself off a cliff. It's a really weird back and forth. They're off to war. Here's their frog mascot. It's again a very interesting energy to this game. I love it. Anyway. So yeah, as far as the mechanics are concerned, seems to be honestly, I don't exactly know for quite sure just yet. But you've got your custom equipment systems as you'd kind of expect for something like this. There's a lot of pincer type mechanics going on with what they call burning auras in this one, where if one unit attacks, anyone that's going and following up on their attack essentially gets a bit of a momentum bonus. If you have your units forming up into formations, they get defensive and dodging buffs, so they can just sort of cover for each other and such. And I love to see that kind of stuff. And it's been one of these ones that just constantly is just like, here's a new mechanic, here's a new mechanic, here's a new mechanic, all the way through the beginning here. I know this is one that I've been recommended constantly over the years, and frankly, it's one that I should have gotten to way sooner. To be completely blunt, it was one of these cases that every time that I went to go and load it up, something ended up happening. So, let's say, I go to load the thing up, and it's like, oh, that Vita's memory card just died. Or I go to load it up some other time, and it's like, oh, that PSP just ended up getting run over by a shopping cart. Just every time, for some reason, something happens. Now, this is what I meant by there was such clear enthusiasm through the tutorials. Dude, they give They care so much for these. Um, every single one of these little pop-ups goes so much harder than it needs to. Like here you go. You don't need anybody going and streaming or making videos on this thing. Like we're gonna handle that for you. Like they make the big old splash happy splash screen about this whole thing. You'll love it. I still don't know how a lot of stuff works, but dang, it's enthusiastic. So yeah, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. So yeah, if you're on that PS Premium service, you've got a real gem coming to your hands here. If you're not, maybe this would be the thing to convince you to go give it a shot. That is a cow. And anyways, yeah, it's good stuff. You know what? It's a pretty darn energetic game. I've heard a lot of great things about its kind of well, the majority of the game. Supposedly, stuff gets a little bit like it supposedly gets a little bit silly towards the end. I don't know what they mean by that, but either way, it's a great experience. You know, really darn fun from everything that I've seen so far. And yeah, it's mechanically, well, presentation-wise, mechanically, system-wise, everything seems great here. I love this kind of burning aura system here. It's just a cooler, like this is the cooler pincer. That's what it is. It's the cooler pincer move. Anyway. So yeah, gotta love the little banter between your people and whatever else. And this is actually one of those ones that's very similar to something like I would say something kind of like a middle ground of like a Disgaea, a Triangle, you know, Vandal Hearts or something like that, wherein your people don't have, as far as I can tell, they don't seem to have any kind of like permadeath thing going on. So it does tend to be a bit more kind of energetic in terms of taking riskier plays, as far as I can tell anyway. That might change later. I have no clue whatsoever. Just kind of completely just assuming on that one. But you gotta love the energy here. Everything about it just feels very, very nice, you know? And I'm wondering, with all of its upscaling and everything else, the one thing presentation-wise that's a little bit funky is kind of the jaggediness to a lot of stuff, which, again, you see that for PSP stuff all the time. So I would assume that maybe it'll smooth it out a little bit. I haven't, like, from what I could tell from some of the PSP stuff that they had put to modern systems, it seemed like they did a pretty solid job of that. Anyway, so yeah, that's kind of about that. I actually totally forgot about the fact that your skills are kind of sort of items that you can like kill enemies and just sort of pick up items to use their skills and such like that, as far as I can tell. Again, very interesting system here. Anyway, so that's about that. Y'all have yourselves a good one, and let me know, is this is this one of these ones that's as much of a favorite as everyone says it is? You know, is it something that you're going to be picking up? Is it something that would actually make that premium service worth it for you, or is it something you're already part of? You know, let me know. All right, y'all have yourselves a good one. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.